Today's Reddit story comes from the subreddit Today I Effed Up, and it's titled Today I Effed Up by Walking Around the Mall with My Shoes Full of Bubbles. Today I effed up by walking around the mall with my shoes full of bubbles. I, 18 female, was supposed to meet with my little sister at the mall, eat a bit and hang out. I prepped for a long time, excitedly thinking about eating some froyo with lots of chocolate. The shoes that I used were located near our powder laundry detergent, so I guess some of those accidentally got into my shoes. It rained a bit when I went outside, and yep, my shoes got a bit wet. And as we all know, laundry detergent plus water equals bubble, and that's what happened. So, like an idiot, I walked around in public, blissfully unaware of my foamy black shoes. At some point, I noticed my feet feeling weird. It was like I was wearing plastic instead of my comfy shoes. I looked down, saw something white coming out from my socks. Surprised, I bent down to wipe it off. Walked for a bit, and more of them kept coming out. A bit panicked, I met up with my sister and grabbed her to the nearest public restroom. Now this is where I effed up. I went to the furthest stall, sat down, and thought about my next steps. Looked around, saw a bidet, nodded internally, and started soaking my shoes. My reasoning here was that I could soak up my shoes, squeeze all of the soap out of it, and repeat until I have myself a wet but not soapy shoes. That was a mistake, a big one. I severely underestimated how much soap my shoes had. Instead of a clean shoe, I had a very soapy shoe. Noticing I messed up, I began sweating and panicking. Thoughts like, I couldn't go outside like this. It would be so embarrassing. And why did I even decide to wet my shoes? It just got even worse, came as I continued to squeeze my shoes. Then I heard a shocked sound from the stall beside me. I looked at the floor and noticed the soapy water overflowing from my side to their side. Paled, I decided to evacuate before they start to investigate where it came from. I wore my shoe again, soapy and foamy than ever. Dragged my sister away and explained everything to her. She laughed out loud. I looked at my shoe and there was a lot of bubbles. Bubbles came out from the vamp up to the shoelace every time I took a step. After a while, giant bubbles would come out if I didn't wipe it. We went our way to the nearest exit as I longly passed by the frozen yogurt spot at the mall. I just went home, ignoring the curious looks around. TLDR, shoe got soap and rained on, got worse at the mall, and walked home embarrassed. That is a pretty funny story, and I would be embarrassed if I was in OP's position too. But let's see what some of the commenters have to say. At least you can make a clean getaway, but a bump. I need more puns. So suffering from FOMO. Oh, I see. See, FOMO is spelled FOAM-O instead of FOMO. Very punny, very punny. Probably just a lie. That's very funny too. Good, clean fun. There's a lot of puns here. Another commenter says, I'm sorry, and I can understand your panic, but in my eyes, this is gold. Own it next time and just laugh it off. People may look at it odd, but I bet you probably put a smile on a lot of faces, and maybe use the hand dryer if it happens again. Thanks for a good laugh. Not at you, at the bubbles. Sucks you missed out on your snacks. And then another commenter says, you may have started a new trend. Soon, everyone will be wearing soapy shoes by OP. Floors have never been cleaner thanks to the cleaning bubble distributed with every step. Seriously though, I love this. Thanks for sharing. And then another commenter says, I can feel your embarrassment. Another great pun. Another commenter says, some people are just living embodiments of bad sitcom episodes. I totally agree. Another commenter says, this should be your new bit. Plus, yay for your extra clean shoes. I'll walk around and see how many people notice or panicked about my shoes. Yeah, detergent does go a long way. Another pun came through from another commenter who says, I guess you gave the mall the slip. Anyways, that is a very cute and funny story that the OP was sharing. And I'm sure she was embarrassed, but like some of the other commenters have said, I don't think that many people would have truly noticed. And besides, even if they did notice, I mean, it's not like you're going to see these people again, you know? Hopefully not. And it sounds like you didn't run into anyone that you know other than your sister. Unless your sister decides to share the story with everyone. But then again, you also shared it to the world of Reddit. So a lot of people would know. But at the same time, you're also anonymous. So we don't really know who you really are. And again, like one of the commenters have mentioned, you know, you shouldn't feel embarrassed. You should laugh at this. And just remember, you know, maybe in a year or two, you're going to look back at this memory and be like, you know what? Yeah, it was embarrassing, but it's not that bad. I lived through it. Anyways, I would love to know what you guys think about this story. So please leave in a comment. And if you guys like these type of stories, please continue to like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later.